Hello, this is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. So let's go over this VA foreclosure listing. The listing date was a few days ago, so therefore I suspect in a few days the VA seller will entertain the highest and best offer among a number of you out there. Don't know who you are. Some of you are part of my network. Some of your investors are from other areas of the country. Some investors are from the local area within this particular location. So, needless to say, this is always a urgent situation. So, without further ado, and based on my expertise and knowledge, and what have you, I have identified another property in Clarksville, Tennessee. Once again, Clarksville, Tennessee happened to be the home of the U.S. Army 101st Airborne Division, U.S. Army Fort Campbell, in which, in case you do not know, I was stationed there at one time way back in 1981 to 1982. Yes, I was part of the airborne unit, and yeah, and I had a great experience. So U.S. Army Fort Campbell is in Kentucky, which borders Tennessee. So, but anyway, Clarksville, Tennessee is a mere 10 miles down the road, and the reason why I picked this particular area for VA foreclosures because of all the attributes and criteria that make sense for cash flow. So let me look at the Zillow big picture scenario, and this property located in the heart of the area. Fort Campbell is a very large post. Yeah, it's a mission essential for the U.S. Army, and they're going to be around there for a long, long time. There are tens of thousands of active duty soldiers stationed here at the U.S. Army base, huge base, and I have a lot of great experience there. So since I lived there for 2 years back in the old days, I although now is almost 40 years later. Wow, makes me very old, doesn't it? Anyway, Fort Campbell is right about here on the border of Kentucky, and then the Highway 24, you go south about 10 miles, and this property is located right here. And Clarksville is one of the fastest growing small city in the country, believe it or not. But I have to zoom down closer. Anyway, so is this property located in close proximity, and I will show you later. This is an extremely excellent rental market. This home is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,247 square foot, and is is 10 to 20, at least 10 to 20% below fair market value. So very good deal. 5% down, you'll qualify. If you qualify, this is a screaming deal. All right. So let's go over the. We only have 8 pictures, but this property is a relatively good shape, new. Cosmetic repair is very, very minimal, couple of $1,000. I think that's it out of your pocket, in addition to 5% down and all that stuff. Don't worry, I will show you the cash flow analysis. Very nice home, cookie cutter home, and I suspect probably 80% of the renter will probably be active duty soldiers. They are probably Sergeant E5 or Sergeant E6 with anywhere from 5 to 10 years of service. And with that said, as you know by now, if you've been watching my education videos on the VA foreclosures, oftentimes on a large army post and a large military post all throughout the U.S., there is lack of adequate housing on post. So what they do is they allocate most of the active duty soldiers to live off post, and the military is kind enough to provide a tax-free housing allowance So whatever the rent they'll pay you is a pretty much a guarantee rent from Uncle Sam, right? You can put it that way. So yeah, the rent, whatever you rent you charge, $1,400 in this property, it will be paid from the tax-free housing allowance, which does not even affect the soldier's basic pay. Basic pay is is not being touched. They will able to preserve that. So good deal. All right, so property inside looks very good. As you can see, very clean. All the foundations and major things has been upgraded. We can assume that. So whatever, any kind of cleanup, maybe you don't even need to change. There's no carpet, so that's good. So again, the cosmetic repair is very, very minimal. So let's go down. What else we need to find? $1,200 estimated rent is a perfect. It'll be a multiple offer situation. As I mentioned, the highest and best offer due by 13 January, a couple of days ago. Maybe, you can still submit the offer in case the VA still willing to wait a few more days. But yeah, so we expect this property to go very, very fast because the demands for this great investment homes far exceeds supply, and there are many savvy investors out there other than our investors from our network. So this is a seller's market. The projected appreciation in this neighborhood is 3.5%, but I don't take too much stock in Zillow projections. No one really have a crystal ball. But again, this is the nearby schools in Clarksville is rated 6 and 7 out of 10, which is quite surprising. So that's very nice. Very close by, within half a mile away, 1 mile away are the schools. So, all right. So other than that, let me show you the rents. So as I took a 5-mile radius of rental comps within the area within the past 12 months, and it shows 42 homes that are being rented. So there's a extremely very, very good information to give us the confidence level that this will be a very good rental market. So because of the anchor organization, which is the U.S. Army Fort Campbell, this real estate market will continue to be very consistent down the road. And if you can rent it to an active duty soldier, they will typically, especially a married filing jointly, soldier with a family, with a spouse, and maybe a couple of children, they could rent the place for 3 years. The typical tour is 3 years for married soldiers and 2 years for single soldiers. When I was stationed there, I was still single, so I only did 2 years in Fort Campbell. So this property, what's the square footage? Yeah, square footage is almost 1,300 square foot. So if you can look at anything next to 1,300 square foot, you will see rentals anywhere from 1,200 to 1,300. All right, so you see right here, this is even smaller, already rented for 1,300. So it's a good, the Zillow estimate, 1,300 rent is ideal for this situation. So let me see what else I need to show you. Yeah, the other thing that I need to show you is the cash flow scenario, which I always put out here for you. So let's go over that. I got so many. Sometimes it takes me more than a few seconds to retrieve those properties. Should be this one, right? Yeah, okay, this is it. All right, so here is my number crunching, which is also very critical. All right, so this property is 124.5, at least the listing price. So you have to offer the right price in order for the VA to consider your offer among several others on a multiple situation. 5% down equals 6,200. Down payment plus closing cost of $3,000 and rehab costs that potentially will come out of your pocket. I put the estimate of $3,000. So total out of pocket is less than 14 grand to purchase a very nice $124,000 property. Is that an amazing way to earn your return and leverage your money? Yes, it is. $1,200 gross rent minus 5% vacancy minus the monthly taxes, insurance, and property management fee equal and plus minus your great mortgage or 4.25% on a Vendee financing, right? And then, so therefore your monthly net cash flow is a whopping $251. So very, very desirable. And the rent to value ratio is 1%, which is meet our benchmark for positive cash flow. Capitalization rate of 8%, very, very attractive as well. Cash and cash return is 23%, which is amazing because in about 4 years' time, your annual net cash flow 2014 projection will be able to pay off your initial cash invested. That's why the cash and cash return is 23%. Make sense? All right, and then all the numbers are very, very attractive. So great investment. That's the end of that. And let me allow me a couple more minutes to conclude this presentation. The final thing I want to show you is the criteria to participate in this VA foreclosure purchase system. Is here are the steps. I'll be very, very quick to recap this. You pay me a consultation fee of $1,997 per property, non-refundable. And also you need to get pre-approval from the 5% down investor Vendee Financing, we call it. And most of you that qualify for a loan, you can qualify to get a Vendee Financing. You do not have to be a veteran to qualify. You can be any investor out there. You have the ability to purchase VA foreclosures in various markets. And of course, yeah, you can read the rest of the newsletters, but most important thing is you need to have at least 2 years of past documented rental property ownership experience. All right, those are the key requirements. And of course, consultation with me is the next step. So I can determine whether you, not only you financially qualify, but you are the investor that I'm willing to work with, because you have to have the mindset and personality that can work well with me, so I could spend my precious time to help you to implement this purchase plan. All right, I think that's all I need to say. This property, once again, will be available for a few more days, and my current investors already in my program. You will be the first priority because you already paid my fee, you already did consultation, you already been pre-approved on a Vendee 5% down financing, so you are ready to pull the trigger. And for those of you that do want to enter my program that I do not know who you are, obviously, it's imperative that if you're motivated, committed, and are serious, you need to contact me directly so I can quickly put you into this program, and so you can benefit from making very well on this purchase program. Okay, thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. See you on the other side. Thank you. Good luck. Have a nice day. Goodbye.